Brooke, it's great to have you here. And you were named the Canadian and Ontario Female of the Year. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And I didn't even know I was in the running until I was announced the winner. So it was a great honor considering all the many athletes that have come before me.
And have you played in Australia before?
No, this is my first time here, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh my goodness, how many times have you played the course?
We flew in on Sunday, so we walked around 9 holes, played 18 on Monday, 9 yesterday, and then I was in the Pro-Am this morning.
And what are your thoughts of it? How do you see the course?
It's in amazing condition, and they've really done a great job with it. It's a little bit tricky, second shots are really key here, and just being able to play smart around the course and really knowing where to hit the ball, I think is going to be really important.
Great. Do we have questions, please? Mark? Oh, sorry.
Meteoric-wise, I'm sorry if I missed the first question. How do you sort of rationalise what's happened in the last 8 months, 12 months of your life?
Yeah, it's been an amazing year. Considering back a year ago, I didn't have a tour to play on. I didn't know what events I was going to play in, and kind of just counting on Monday qualifiers and sponsors' invites to get into events. And I was able to play well. A lot of doors and opportunities were opened to me, and I was able to win in Portland a couple months ago, get full LPGA Tour status, and really just living the dream now and traveling around the world, and first time to Australia, and it's really exciting.
Can you believe it? Has it sort of washed over you yet?
Yeah, I can believe it now. For the first couple months, it was still kind of like I was living a dream, but...
So walk us through that, if you don't mind, just the week or so after Portland. I mean, everything must have just fallen in your lap.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I won on Sunday, and it was kind of hard to believe, as you mentioned. And then I drove right up to Canada to play the Canadian Open. So I was going back home, and the crowds and the fans were just unbelievable. I didn't play amazing that week at Canadian Open. I made the cut, and I was playing at 7:30 on the weekend, and 10 shots behind the leaders, and the crowd, the fairways were lined, and people were cheering me on, and it was just an unbelievable experience, and I'm hoping that it will continue to grow the game in Canada.
So the Canadian Open is going back to Ontario this year?
Not this year, but in 2 years it's at one of my home clubs. Ottawa Hunt.
Brooke, could you tell us what the difference is between the way you're playing now and maybe how you play? What the secret is that you've gone to that level?
Yeah, I think over the last 3-4 years I've just continued to improve just a little bit every year, and I think that's really been key. And I think last year the main thing was realizing that I was good enough to compete on the LPGA Tour, and really getting top 10 finishes was really confidence for me. Over the last couple months and then the off season, I gained a lot of distance, which really helps. I was considered a longer hitter to begin with, and then gaining 10-15 yards has really helped. But I think moving forward, I think short game is really where I need to improve to be able to compete more consistently on the LPGA.
How did you manage to gain that distance? Was that gym work or equipment?
Yeah, I definitely got stronger. I also got new equipment from Ping, which I owe a lot to.
So you come here, you're the third ranked, best ranked player in the field. Mm-hmm. Do you sort of, does that add any pressure for you, or how does that sort of feel?
It's exciting, but world ranking doesn't really mean a whole lot week to week. There's any player out here can win, and so you just gotta use it as confidence, but really just focus on your own game and focus on playing the course to the best you can.
Has it become a tournament of who can beat Lydia?
I mean, she's always going to be at the top, so unless you're willing to go under par and shoot well, she's always going to be there.
You're about to break into the top 10, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's gonna take hard work. I mean, it's a long climb from 11th or 12th right now, but Lydia Ko is extremely consistent and an extremely talented player, and I think to move her out of the number one spot or to get closer to it, it's going to require a lot of hard work that I'm willing to put in.
Yeah, for sure.
Canadian support is unbelievable, and I've really noticed over the last couple of months as well that I'm building fans all over the world, in the U.S. as well, where we play a lot, and just everywhere I travel. You know, it's not really just Canadian fans; it's like Brooke Henderson fans, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I'm working on it.
Do you see yourself as being a global player in years to come?
Yeah, hopefully. You know, I think, going here to Australia, I'm playing on the Gold Coast next week in the European Tour event, and then in Singapore in a few weeks on the LPGA, and hopefully the Asian Swing in the fall. So being able to play all over, and I know a couple months ago I was looking to get the sponsors invite into Dubai. So just kind of playing and being well known by people everywhere.
How did you cope with the travel on this trip from Canada to here?
Well, I flew from the U.S., but it's the same time and everything, and it really wasn't too bad. The flight we were on, it was kind of nighttime in both places, just a different day. So I kind of just missed Saturday altogether, but it wasn't really too bad, and I haven't really felt too much of the side effects. I think I was kind of mentally preparing for it ahead of time, so it kind of made it a little bit easier. However, I've been feeling pretty good, and hopefully it'll just continue over the next couple weeks. It's awesome. I love having her to travel with and see the world and experience all these things with her, and then to also have her on my bag with me every day is really cool. And, as a little girl, I grew up watching her and wanting to be like her, and now having her support with me it really means a lot.